What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I finally found my sheet, as you can tell, with every Patreon member and my referral code. Please use that for the love of God. That means the world to me. Patreon down below as well. I'm getting right into another Earth 2 video. Sorry for the sporadic updates. It's been a while not being able to upload via Wi-Fi, but have Wi-Fi once again. First question. I've heard people not being able to withdraw. Earth2.io community on Twitter says it's been 7 days since they've been trying to withdraw. What do I do? Okay, so with this, you're just going to have to give them time. A lot of the developers, most of which have been focusing on land income tax. Outside of that, they're going to focus on server speed, withdrawals. It's just taking some time. They will get to it. I said I and Aria Realty and a couple of others have posted proof of people withdrawing funds, them not only withdrawing, but it hitting their account, it clearing, everything's good. Some people just got to wait. That's one of the drawbacks right now of getting in early when this thing has spiked so quickly, is that you're just going to have delayed things on everything. And that's another reason why some people just aren't investing right now. They hear of these problems. It's like, I'm going to wait until everything's working smoothly, and then I'll go in. Because some people need that cash liquidated very, very quickly. Like even with stocks though. Stocks, like if I wanted to, let's say on Friday, want to liquidate some Tesla stock. Let's say I sold 10 shares, and 800. Let's say like $800 a share. It's a little more than that. It's like 840, but I'd say that $8,000 would not have settled until either today or tomorrow because of the holiday. So if I would have sold it even on Friday, would not have settled until either today's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday. Then I would have to transfer it. You could either do it ACH, which shows up the next day, or wire, which costs $35, and that shows up the same day. But even still, with stocks, it takes a week in order to get everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. So with this taking 7 days, I'm 100% okay, even if it stayed like that. It's not going to. Obviously, it'll become very, very quick. Once they upload any type of Cash App, Coinbase, or Venmo, it'll be instant. So that's only up from here, only positives from here. When they release places like Dubai, how long before all of Class 1 is gone? That is going to be contingent, I think, on what time of day they do it, and really where they are. If it's in Phase 2, before that is released, I think there'll be so many people buying in other places. A lot of people will have been able to, or won't be able to, liquidate and buy there as much, because they'll be saying, oh, I'm able to get oil and bricks and water, whatever type of resources there are in Antarctica or the Amazon, Russia, Siberia, other different places, that they're just not going to have a lot of money left over for that. If they do that before Phase 2, or if some people are smart and say, you know what, I'm going to keep a couple grand in here in case these things open up. I don't know. Saudi Arabia, there's so much money there. It really depends on how many people there. Because, again, places like Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, those Middle Eastern royalty, you can drop 100 grand like it's nothing. Like a couple $100 like it's nothing. For people that haven't seen these videos yet, where I've seen people in those countries crash their $100,000 car, it has a dent in it, and they do not get it fixed. They leave the car there and they buy another one. This is the type of FU Oprah money that they have, and they're a small group of people, but they're not, and they're a minority. They're a minority, but not a small group of people. There's many people like that. So once these countries are absolutely blown up, and it's probably a bad choice of words. Once these countries are opened up, they will skyrocket those prices. I don't know how long it'll be before all Class 1 is gone. Most likely a week or two, but it could be within 24 hours. Just saying. Is it better to buy a lot of small tiles or one giant plot of land? If you're thinking about really, really short term and you have the time, if you buy one tile that is worth, let's say, 10 cents, you actually, with your using someone's referral code, you actually get 10% back. That's the only way to get 10% back, is if you buy one tile worth 10 cents, you get a penny back. That's 10%. But outside of that, the time that it would take to buy one, let me go click and buy another, too much value is lost in that time. Time is our most valuable asset. Time is something that we cannot get back. Again, Howard Stark said, no amount of money ever bought a second of time. You are much better off with buying these giant plots of land if you have the money for it and you're okay with your investment going to zero, God forbid. But you're also the developers have said that if there's going to be benefits for large untouched plots of land, what that means is that if you have 750 tiles and you didn't buy 375 here and 375 here and combine them, or let's say you had 750 tiles and you liquidated 50 of those tiles, the bigger the better as far as the developers are concerned. They did not say exactly what. They just said that you're going to have benefits for large plots of land that are untouched, meaning haven't been divided. What's your opinion on people banding together to create kingdoms and megacities? It really depends on the people that are running them. I said Guidebook Gaming and Tech Ops, Nameless, that there are Alpha Kingdom and Silent Hunters Project. There are people that are doing real good with this game. And when I say good, like, yes, they're doing really well. They made a lot of great intelligent investment decisions, but they're also sharing the wealth. They do Guidebook Gaming, and I cannot say this enough, giveaways every single stream. They stream every single day for hours, and every 30 minutes or an hour, they give away tiles for free. I mean, they say, like, okay, buy it for a penny, but that's what they do. And those types of people are phenomenal. I've heard of other places like Jersey Island. They're called Mega City. They named their place Jersey Island. I don't know why they named it Jersey. That is the most... Anyone that's been there hates it. Not that island. I meant New Jersey, the actual state. But their goal is to pretty much be a melting pot, similar to where Singapore is. If anyone's ever been to Singapore, whatever the majority of the population is in Singapore, that's the cultural norms they follow. That's how they went from the third world to the first world in a record amount of time. There's no ghettos in Singapore. That's exactly what Jersey Island from that megacity is going to be built up as. That's what they're modeling it after. Whether it's successful or not, I don't know. I'm very curious to see it. What time will Dubai and other places be open? Not date, what time? Okay, so it's a very good question. I kind of touched on this before. The dates we're not sure of. I'm actually going to try to get a couple of people in a group chat that are in different time zones. I do have friends in Japan and South Korea, and a lot of them military friends, a lot of which are probably working, probably won't have time for this game. But if I can connect with people on Facebook in not every time zone, but a couple of different time zones and say, okay, you're on the west coast of America, I'm on the east coast of America, we need someone in Greenland, we need someone in the west coast of Africa, we need Germany, Ireland, these places, a couple places in Asia, and we'll check it every hour. And we'll have a group chat. Once someone finds it and it's open, you can buy it, then it's open season. As far as what time, that actually does matter, because right now I think all the money is in English-speaking countries. This hasn't been translated into other countries yet, into other languages. So right now most of the money is in America, and you're gonna have, if it opens at 10, let's say 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 0200, we're not going to be able to, most people aren't going to be able to get it until the next morning at like 6, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., whenever people wake up. A lot of that's going to be in Europe, because 02 a.m. for Eastern Standard Time is, I think right now, 8 a.m. or is it 7 a.m.? There's a 5 or 6 hour difference. I'm not sure exactly where, but then all of the Europeans will get that overnight. And this is something that can be absorbed very, very quickly. It can go from 10 cents to $1 very, very quickly with how many people will be buying. But if it shows up at, let's say, 8 at night, or let's say 10 at night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 04 in the morning, very few Europeans are going to be up at that time, so a lot of it will go to the U.S. I think the fairest thing that they would do would probably say, okay, 10 a.m., let's say 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it'd be 9 a.m. in California, and then it would be 12. Yeah, it'd be 5 or 6 o'clock in Europe, and that would be very, very fair. As far as the people that are in right now, everyone would go at the same time. I'm not sure they would do that, just because it would probably crash the servers with so many people trying to buy at once. That's probably when I'll go live. I'll be like, guys, do it right now. It'll be like a 30-second video. Speaking of which, it's getting 10 minutes. I'm going to try to go a little quicker here. With all the glitches that have been happening, what has been your highest net worth? There was one time where Brazil or India, I think it was Brazil. I have a couple thousand tiles in Brazil, and it had glitched to like $500 a tile, and I actually have a screenshot that shows my net worth at that time was $1 million, and I was like, what? Of course, it came back down, and now it's down to like 20 something thousand dollars. But even still, that was fun to see. Okay. I've heard you say it's not a bad idea to take profit as prices increase. At what point will you take your own advice? That is a good question. I have I guess a weakness of buying, say, oh, I'm going to, buy here and I'll sell. And I just don't sell. The potential for improvement, even at this stage, it's invaluable. You can't quantify it right now. There's something unquantifiable about the speculation which we have, the prices, what they are, just the nostalgia that it's going to bring. I just won't sell right now, even if it went up another 10x. Smart investing says yes, you should. It says if you've increased 10x, yes, take your original investment off the table. This way, you didn't put anything in. You're just playing with house money. I just can't do it right now, just because I've done that before with Tesla, where I put in a certain amount and it went up sky high, and I was like, okay. So I took a little profit. I bought a Pokemon card, and then Tesla, what did it do? It went up like another 80%. I was like, all right, probably shouldn't have done that. I was wrong. It's like in poker, if you fold, like, say you have ace two, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna fold, and then the flop comes three aces. You're not gonna fold an ace for another year. I guarantee you that. So this is something where, again, if you tripled or quintupled, whatever it is, there's no shame in taking off your original investment and playing with house money. I've told that to Aria Realty as well, that put in a certain amount, 10x's money. I was like, listen, this is life-changing money. It is not a bad idea to take half off the table, take whatever off the table. I think he liquidated 1 or 5%, not a lot, but sorry for airing out your dirty laundry, Steve. But Aria Realty, go subscribe. He's a good guy. I feel like I got in too late. What's the next big thing in your opinion? If I had an extra $100,000 right now, someone, windfall, whatever, say probably 10 grand would go to Tesla. Maybe I'd buy one full Bitcoin, so maybe about 35. So let's say there's 45 grand out the window, right there. I'd probably put another 15 into this. So that's about 50 grand. All right, so 45, 15 grand into this. That'd be up to 60 grand. So let's say I have 40 grand left. I don't know, maybe buy another Pokemon card for, let's say, 20 grand. So 20 grand left. Put about 10K into charity. So 10 grand left. And 10 grand I'll just save for a rainy day. That's probably what I'd do. I don't see anything else that would be like this is it. When I said next big thing, no, this is it. You did not lose out. So few people have played this game so far. Definitely not too late. After they wipe land, will borders also be erased? I don't think it would. It would not be fair to us, to the players, if some people right now are paying $42 a tile in America, and some people paying 35 cents a tile in Yemen. Then all of a sudden now all land is equal. I don't think that'd be fair. I don't think borders will be erased, at least not right away. We'll see on that, but I don't think that'll happen. If someone had 10K to invest, how would I invest it in game? Well, I actually did the math on this, and if, let's say, Yemen was 35 cents a tile, you could get 28,571 tiles, or you can get 238 tiles in America if it's $42 a tile. So obviously, big discrepancy, huge broad spectrum here. I would continue with getting stuff that I already have. I would get Antarctica, I would get Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the BRICS nations, and I would also get Canada. I don't have Canada as of right now, but I would also leave, if I got an extra windfall of 10 grand, 1 to 2 grand in my account for when places like Saudi Arabia opens up. Once that becomes available, because you do always want an extra couple grand for a rainy day. I have not. Again, I haven't really practiced what I preach with that, because if I have too much money in the account, I get uneasy. I feel like I get lazy. And obviously that screwed me. You guys have seen the past few days where I've just been in my car. Like, oh, maybe I overdid it a little too much. But yeah, just for me, I get very, very weirded out and very almost anxious if I have too much money in my account. So I always put into other investments, always put into other things, because I feel like I work best when my back's against the wall. But again, if this last weekend was any test to that, I'm obviously going to change that. I'll always have probably now 5-10 grand in the account just in case, or things like this happen. I can put it in there very, very easily. Outside of that, that is it for today. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Love you all. Class dismissed.